There's a kind of pressure that doesn't make noise. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't complain loudly. It doesn't ask for attention. It just sits there, in the background of your thoughts, in the way you calculate numbers at night, in the way you measure your progress differently than others. It's the pressure to hold things together, not for applause, not for recognition, but because if you don't, something important feels like it might fall. If you've been carrying that kind of weight quietly, this is for you. There are people who wake up not thinking about dreams first, but responsibility. They don't ask, "What excites me today?" They ask, "What needs to be handled?" There is strength in that, but there is also weight. The pressure to provide is not always financial. Sometimes it's emotional stability. Sometimes it's being the calm one when others panic. Sometimes it's absorbing stress so it doesn't spread. Sometimes it's pretending you're okay so the room can stay steady. And when you carry that role long enough, it becomes invisible. People assume you're strong. They assume you can handle it. They assume you don't need help. And slowly, your own needs become quieter. Not because they disappeared, but because responsibility got louder. The difficult part about quiet responsibility is that it rarely receives validation. There are no ceremonies for holding things together, no applause for consistency, no recognition for staying steady. But staying steady is work, serious work. There is a particular exhaustion that comes from being the one others lean on. Not dramatic exhaustion, not collapse, just a steady drain. You still function, you still show up, you still do what needs to be done. But there are moments, especially at night, where you feel the weight of it. You question yourself silently. Am I doing enough? Am I falling short? Am I behind? And because you're responsible, you don't spiral publicly. You internalize, you adjust, you try harder, you refine, and sometimes you mistake refinement for failure. You think because you are still improving, you must not be enough yet. But responsibility doesn't mean perfection. It means commitment. There is a difference. Many quiet providers carry a belief that they cannot slow down, that if they rest, things might slip. If they pause, something important might be missed. But exhaustion is not a badge of honor, and pressure, when unprocessed, turns into silent resentment. Not because you don't love the people you care for, but because you forget that you are also human. There is something powerful about acknowledging, this is heavy, not dramatically, not in complaint, but honestly. This is heavy, and I'm carrying it. That sentence alone releases tension, because denial creates more strain than responsibility itself. There is also something no one talks about enough. The pressure to provide often delays your own dreams. You don't move recklessly. You calculate risk carefully. You think long-term. You sacrifice speed for stability. And from the outside, that can look like slowness. But from the inside, it is strategy. Not all growth looks ambitious. Some growth looks cautious. Cautious growth may not impress people, but it protects people. And protection is love in action. You may not always feel appreciated. You may not always feel understood. But the quiet decisions you make daily matter more than you realize. Every time you choose stability over ego. Every time you delay gratification for sustainability. Every time you think about consequences before action. That is maturity. And maturity is not loud. The danger for quiet carriers is isolation. Because you are the steady one, you rarely express vulnerability. You become the safe place. But even safe places need maintenance. Even strong people need rest. Even responsible people need reassurance. The world often celebrates risk takers, but it survives because of steady people, because of those who show up, because of those who do not abandon their role, because of those who absorb pressure instead of amplifying it. But here is the subtle shift. Carrying responsibility does not mean carrying it alone. Strength is not silence. Strength is sustainability. If your current pace is slower than others, but it keeps your foundation intact, that is not weakness. That is wisdom. If you are building quietly while holding responsibilities others do not see, that is not being behind. That is building with weight attached. And building with weight builds muscle. There may come a day when the pressure eases, when the numbers are stable, when the room feels lighter, when you realize you can exhale fully. But even before that day arrives, something important is happening. You are becoming someone reliable, someone measured, someone resilient, and that identity compounds. You might not feel dramatic breakthroughs. You might not see overnight shifts, but quiet resilience builds long-term advantage. And one day, people will call you calm. They will call you strong. They will call you stable. They won't see the nights you calculated silently. They won't see the moments you doubted privately. They won't see the internal negotiations you made to keep things steady. But you will. And you will know it wasn't luck. It was consistency under pressure. If you are carrying responsibility quietly right now, hear this. You are not invisible. You are not behind. You are not failing. You are building under weight. And building under weight makes you stronger than you think. Not louder, not more dramatic, just stronger. There is nothing wrong with wanting relief. There is nothing wrong with hoping for ease. But until ease comes, remain steady. Not rigid, not hardened, steady. Take small rests where you can. Acknowledge the weight without shame. Speak honestly when needed. And remember, responsibility is heavy, but it is also evidence that you matter. Because people do not lean on what is weak. They lean on what is stable. If you've been carrying things quietly and wondering if anyone notices, this is your reminder. Steady effort is not invisible. It compounds. It shapes you. It prepares you. You may not feel the breakthrough yet, but the strength is forming, and strength formed quietly lasts longer than applause ever could. If this resonated, let me know in the comments. Sometimes naming the weight makes it lighter.